Thank you. There we go. There's Adam. All right. Let's do this. Analyst. Oh. Perfect. Attorney Hirsch, you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you.
I feel sorry for you if you can see me. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody involved.
Good morning, Attorney Oberst.
Morning, Counselor.
Morning.
Afternoon.
No.
It
It can't be morning. No.
I still wish it was. It feels like morning. I haven't stopped.
That's
He
not
needs
good.
more time. All right, so let's get this started so he can catch his point.
All right. Okay, so we're here. So let's get this rolling. We are here for the zoning citation hearing processes for Wednesday, July 26, 2023. We originally had 15 items on the agenda. We are down to 13 because of a couple of postponements. Quick adjustment to the agenda. We're going to start with 4 France Street and Attorney Oberst, take it away.
Okay, we're on the record. I'm Attorney Gary Oberst. I'm the hearing officer for today. To my right, representing the city of Norwalk, is John Hayducky, the deputy zoning inspector. Nobody else from the city here?
Tammy's behind.
Hi, Tammy. Tammy Maldonado is zoning enforcement officer. When I call your matter, you'll take a seat at the table or we'll turn you on the Zoom. And we'll also hear any interested parties to the matter. Procedure is the city presents its findings. You'll have an opportunity to be heard. Interested parties will be heard. We'll then try to reach a solution that satisfies everyone. Failing that, I'll make a decision that may not satisfy anyone. If you have any questions, bring them to my attention when I call your matter.
Very good. All right. So our first matter is for France Street and representing the owner of 4 France Street via Zoom is Attorney Adam Hirsch.
Attorney Hirsch, you have a witness? Any witnesses?
No witnesses today, Attorney Oberst.
Good, let's. What do we got here?
Okay, so we're gonna do everybody's favorite share screen. And we have. So let's see, where should I go? Here we go. And I hate when it does that. That is so terrible. All right. There we go. Okay. There's that and. All right, so, and here's the previous decision form. And the previous decision form is on the screen there for everybody's enjoyment. Last time we were here was June 2023. And at that hearing, the matter was continued to today, July 26th. The assessed fine of we're gonna unmute there. Yeah, we got kicked off for a second there. Don't know why.
Yeah, technology.
Technology's fantastic, I know, right? So I just gotta go back to this bad boy here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
No worries.
Oh, no, well, you're gonna be out of here pretty quick. Me, on the other hand. So anyway, must have an application or submittal progress by today. So as a matter of housekeeping, we sent a hearing notice for today to the owner of record, Mr. Alex Atamadfar. Again, who's represented by Attorney Hirsch, and that's the notice with today's hearing date right there. And below is Constable Peter Bondi's service to his known address. And also Attorney Hirsch was made aware, so I'm going to submit that we have proper notice.
Any
Great.
objection?
Nope.
Notice is found.
Very good. So, first thing I want to present here is from at July 1st, we have a email from the surveyor of the property for the property owner. So this was July 1st, and he submitted a survey. One of the things that's required so it's a little refresher there, Counselor. It's, the property has a structure that was built without permits. And
The
the,
one with the over.
Yeah, it's a
Got
big
picture
one.
somewhere?
I do have a picture in the file, so I can, it's not part of the presentation, I can
No, I just wanna-
definitely get you a photo there, that's not a problem. Any here. Let's see, anything nearby? Here somewhere, trust me.
Seen it many times.
I have, yes. So that is the pending structure.
Okay.
For everybody at home, that is the structure.
Yeah, I'm not putting that in evidence, I just want to.
Oh, just want to make sure everybody saw it, that's all, just make sure, not hiding anything. So there's a twofold issue. One, we have a structure without permits, which lies in several setbacks. And the proposed use is not allowed in the zone, which is a B residential zone. B residential zone is single family. There's already a legally non-conforming grandfathered 6-family on the property. The addition of a unit creates 7 units on the property, which is, again, not permitted. So a zone change is required, and that brings me to this map here, which was provided by the surveyor. One of the first steps of doing this is to get a survey, and I have a snippet of it here. Here we go. So you need to submit a survey that shows existing conditions and then the proposed zoning, the proposed zone where it's
Changes.
gonna go. Yeah,
Changes.
Changes, thank you. sir.
Yeah, the proposed changes for the zoning change, yep.
And so that's what's in the corner there. It's neighborhood business. This is what the applied setbacks, coverage, and all that other good stuff would look like. But there was still a small problem on this. Well, it's kind of a large problem in the long run. So the zoning commission cannot approve a zone change or any other application for that matter if there is an encroachment onto the neighboring property, an unauthorized encroachment. And that's what you can see here in the upper right-hand corner. The deck that's on the structure that was constructed with no permits is indeed over the property line. So this map could not be submitted as is to the zoning commission. So after a little back and forth, this was a email, which again, I contacted the surveyor. And just basically I said, look, here's what needs to be done. So some notations, the garage note to be relocated, removal of decks, removal of the shed that's here. And showing the garage in a compliant location. So that was, I believe, on like July 5th or something like that, July 13th. And yeah, July 13th, I could have just read that. And on last but not least, sure, go ahead. Yeah, we're going too fast, let me know.
Yeah.
So on the 24th, this was just this past Monday.
Yep,
Yep, we had a new updated survey from the surveyor showing the items indicated in that previous map. So we have here garage to be relocated. And here he shows the proposed garage location. The decks to be removed, which he shows. And he also added this shed here to be removed. And as a requirement, should the property go to a neighborhood business, it needs to apply some recreational space, which is shown right here in the kind of in the middle of the map.
Well, that's being shown in all these.
Yeah, it was the surveyor. This is kind of like, shall I say, pretty darn close to the final submission.
Okay.
correct.
So that brings us to today. One thing I will admit fully is that the presence of a survey that can be submitted to the zoning commission is a big step forward. However, we still do not have a application, and the process, just for everybody, put on record and for everybody's knowledge, is that there has to be a zone change application. Yes.
Zone change and what else?
once, if the zone change is approved, then it has to, if there's any variances needed, then they need to go for a variance. I did a cursory look at what is here. It does not appear that a variance would be needed. The one thing we would need to verify is the height of this proposed structure. But if that's verified to be under the
At the
requirement,
moment, all we know is we need an application for a zone change.
right, then
See what comes up.
we'll see what comes after that. At bare minimum, a zoning approval and building permit would be needed. But that everything is predicated on the change in neighborhood business. So I believe counselor up there on the screen may have some things to add, so let me clear the screen for him. There we go, and counselor, take it away.
All right, so, Deputy Zoning Officer Hidaki did exactly what I said. So I spoke to Deputy Hidaki today, and basically we went through everything. This is the most cumbersome financial part of the piece of the puzzle. I spoke to my client. English is not his best language. He really has trouble with the other parts of it. And what we discussed today was actually having him retain attorney John Hall, who he's communicated with. I do variance work in Fairfield and Westport. I've never done a zoning change. And when I agreed to take this case on, I told my client it's not justifiable to pay me my hourly rate to do letters and narratives and everything else. And clearly he needs help. With this, it's a major part of the application process, but it's more just clerical paperwork, like the written narrative for the zone change, the history of the zoning area. I went through this today with Mr. Hidaki in detail. And I connected with Attorney Hall. My client called him as well. He'll be retained. He's well known in Norwalk, and he'll dot the I's and cross the T's quickly. Because this map, like I said, shows, this is a big expenditure, and it's probably way more than half of the actual application for the zone change. So that's our plan. I went through everything that's needed, talked to my client, discussed next steps. He agreed that Attorney Hall is the right guy to take this to the finish line. I'll follow up on it as well. I would ask, for everything to stay status quo, get on next month's hearing. You see progress, and then you'll be able to see what is accomplished in that interim period. And I believe that a full application will be in with payment. And then we'll just be waiting for the approval and the hearing and everything else that we need at that time. And that's basically where I see this going, and I have nothing else to add. I mean, the facts are, that this is in, and some of the paperwork is not. So that's why the zoning change has not been filed at this time. But you can see that as of Monday of this week, 2 days ago, that correspondence and people were responding to everybody and doing what was asked and submitted. So that's basically what I have as far as an update on this, Attorney Oberst.
So can you speak as to how much time your client?
Would it be a month for the next zoning hearing?
1 month?
Yeah, that's it. 1 month. 1 month. We're on it now. It's literally just narratives and getting the fee in. If the plan's in, that's the toughest part, because that involves a lot of professionals and time and money. I'm confident that by 1 month, Attorney Hall will have his appearance in, he'll be retained, and the application will be in and filed prior to the next scheduled hearing.
Okay, is there anyone else who wants to speak on this particular matter?
There's one more attendee.
No, there was one more. Look at that. There we have where? 10D. MB. That's a good one. See who this might be. Hi, MB. Are you here for 4 France Street? Oops, my bad. Let me ask that again. Are you here for 4 France Street? 1.
I am not.
Oh, thank you. And see, perfect. All right, so yeah, we are good.
So if I give you a month, I'm not gonna have Attorney Hall come in and say we didn't have enough time.
I don't believe so, Attorney Oberst. I don't, because it's really, I looked at it, went through it with Mr. Hidaki today. It's really it's just narratives that need to be submitted and some paperwork procedural. I think a month is good. If Attorney Hall jumps in and needs anything additional, he knows how to reach out and ask for time, but I can't see it based on what I understand that needs to be in. It's just the check for the application and then just checking off the requirements. But the big piece of it, which is the survey, is in, you know. So I'm confident that 30 days should be more than sufficient time.
Okay, so I have the violations continuing. We're changing to Attorney Hall to submit.
Full package, full application, including fee.
We got dates.
August 23rd.
Okay. I'll make sure everybody knows. Same time, right? 2:30?
But you have a, just so it's on the record, you have a fine of $12,000 that's sitting here. You get a contingent fine of $6,000. I'm gonna not do anything with it, but I'm gonna raise it to 12,000, so don't show up with nothing done.
Understood. That's fair. Thank you.
12,000 continued to 8/23/23. And you are getting notice, so we don't have to send notice out.
That is correct. I will let everyone know.
Let me just confirm that August 23rd
Very good.
is a date that looks for me. Looks like it was,
Hey,
okay,
look at that.
okay, we're all set there.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for your time. Have a great rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Counselor.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Got the envelope?
I do have the envelope. The envelope, please. The envelope, please. Okay. That. Let's deconstruct here, or reconstruct, I should say. So the. Let's go with that. Oh. There. You're gonna use your gavel.
The meeting is still young.
Yeah, it is.
If somebody gets out of order.
There, fair enough.
He's gonna grab somebody on the knuckles.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the closest one to him,
That's
so yeah,
probably him.
yeah, it would probably be me. Thank you.
Mhm.
That there. I'm just gonna thicker. All right, one down, about 18 more to go.
Okay.
So next one would be for Attorney Murphy for Lewis Street. Let me get that set up here. Oops. That one, fantastic. Oh, might as well do a share screen. Okay. All right, let me get my paperwork out here. Previous decision form. And notes from previous meeting. Marvin, do me a favor, can you shut that door?
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
You could do another place with you.
I don't know, maybe we'll knock down your fine a few bucks, but
What number I am the line?
you are. You're next after this, so sit down, sit down.
Okay.
Remember I said last time you were gonna be early? I keep my promises.
Thank you.
You Fair enough. All right. So this is for Lewis Street. Last time we were here was on May 17th, 2023. And at that last hearing, the matter was continued to today, July 26th. A $5,000 assessed fine and a $5,000 contingent fine based on progress by today was placed. So an oral notice was given, so Constable Bondi didn't make any money on this one. Darn. So I guess we'll start with the, oh yeah, that's right, that's good, yeah, you're right.
Swear in your witness. State your name for the record,
Sally Kellogg,
and you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, now. Okay. So one of the conditions up here was that the containers as a step forward should be emptied out. That's the first step to get rid of containers is to get them empty. So on May 30th, I was, or maybe a day before, was contacted by the property owner, Ms. Kellogg, to come take a look at the empty containers. And I have those here. We have 1 and 2. One of the few times in my life I took a picture of nothing. Intentionally, yeah. Most of the time I do it, unintentionally, hurts everybody involved. So they were cleaned out. And the intent of the property owner at the end of all this is to actually renovate the building. So I was kindly informed that to do that, you're gonna need a permit. There was a permit pulled in 2013 for renovations and repairs. However, that had expired. So we need a new permit. And so we got together and a permit was issued. And I have the actual copy of the building permit here. And we can take a look at that. Issued by the building department. And that was on 6/22. And I don't think I have much more, except I have one more picture. That's the second page of the building permit, if anybody's interested there. And last photo is just something to verify that the containers are indeed still there for today's hearing. Those were taken on the 20th.
John, for the record, what was the scope of the work?
Up here, I'm gonna read the permit right here. We're gonna see here, right off of it. We're gonna say. Interior renovations, relocate kitchen cabinets to great room, repair second kitchen for home occupation.
Any objection to that photos?
No.
They're full exhibit.
Very good. So. There is a couple things I want to put on the record and just make known. Is that the containers are still there, that's the violation. B, now while we. In other residential zones, in A zone, B zone, C zone, D zone. It explicitly says within the regulations that you can have a container. For the purposes of storing items while you're doing renovations or work to your property. And even though it is not in the regulations, we do extend that courtesy to anybody that has a residence in the commercial zones. Because we look at this as there's if you're in a commercial zone and a commercial property does work or renovations, they're gonna have a container, a storage device, a dumpster, something like that.
Mhm.
So we generally extend that courtesy. However, if you do read the East Avenue Village District zoning where this is, the zone itself does not make for any accommodation for that. Popular.
Sure.
You get calls during the day. I don't, people don't like me. It's not that popular. So I would submit that there's still a violation ongoing, even though we do have a permit for a renovation, the building permit. And like I said, it's a courtesy that we do extend to the folks doing work at the properties, even in commercial zones. So we don't let it stay there in perpetuity, obviously. Typically it is for the duration of the work. So as long as the work is generally proceeding at a timely and reasonable pace, it generally can remain.
And what's your opinion as to that?
Well, my opinion would be if there's honest work being done and we have example, so if, for example, the building inspection card is filled out, that they've been coming to doing regular inspections for work being done, I'd be okay with that, but then at the condition at the end of this, the containers do have to be removed. So at the end of the day, it does have to be removed, whether I think it's moving at a good pace or not. Either we made the determination that the work is not moving fast enough.
You don't have an opinion right now, though.
At the moment, I really don't have an opinion. I'm sticking with there still is a violation there, but there's some extenuating circumstances at this moment.
Attorney Murphy.
Yes, well, first, with regard to the removal of the contents of the container, as Mr. Heyducke said, the contents have been removed. So we would ask that in view of that, that the fine be removed. Second, she does have a building permit issued for interior work, which permits the use of the container. Now, I recognize what he said about the regulations, but we know that as a practical matter, people use containers in this zone and many other similar zones all of the time on a regular basis, including properties across the street from City Hall and within sight of City Hall, and I don't know why the regulation is written that way. It makes no sense at all, because with any significant renovation project, not even a significant one, a small one, containers are regularly used for disposal of garbage and trash that comes out of the construction itself, or to store personal property while things such as sanding or painting or other interior work is going on. So I think that while it may be a technical violation, it's really not something where you should find a actual violation.
And what is the next step? What am I looking for? What time do you need and what are you gonna do now?
All right. Well, I think Ms. Kellogg can address that better than I can.
Well, thank you for asking. The containers were cleaned out and all of the things were sorted, and to ascertain how much was damaged from being there during that amount of time, a lot of it was thrown away. And in trying to restore the house or renovate the house, we're still doing evaluations on that, and we're trying to set up a mediation with City Mortgage, because they kept the funds to be able to do the renovation, and that's been 13 years in the making. So we're in hot pursuit of being able to have that mediation, so that relieves them from the working mechanisms of the entire process, because they were not cooperative on any level. They took the money, which is why the containers were there to begin with, for all of that time. So when I did this permit, it was for the moving of one kitchen to another location in the house. But we still have to secure the funds to be able to do the roof and the lead paint and all of the other things that are supposedly ongoing, while City Mortgage puts a lock on everything and doesn't let us proceed. So we're kind of at their disposal, and the only thing that I can do is, even if I took the whole house and fixed it, and they wanted to proceed and foreclose, then all of a sudden I've just given them the house, the insurance money, and all of the work that I'm putting into it and fixing and repairing everything. And so by trying to resolve the City Mortgage issue, I'm trying to make that the next step actually in being able to do anything further, because if they take it, they're going to want to probably tear it down. If they don't take it and we mediate, then that's another story of what I would or wouldn't do. based on all the decisions that I would make as a designer. So I'm doing my best to try and clean it up, sort out all of the things that were in the container, come up with a plan, figure out how much money it's gonna, if we get something from the mediation, back from the insurance funds, that can be applied to the house, but it's kind of, until we have the mediation, I can't really, I've been on hold and making a plan for 12 years because they've been holding the money. So I can't really give you a definitive answer except to say that I'm doing everything that I can to keep pushing it forward, pushing all of it forward so there's a resolution, because the situation has gone on long enough, in my opinion, too. But the idea that it's summertime and we still have no mediation, while City Mortgage continues to go ask for mediation, but then they decide they don't know if they want to have mediation afterwards. So then it's a lawsuit, which is up to Frank Murphy. So, you
Well,
know,
you get to say it,
pardon me?
you get to say it.
Well, I get a say in it, but it's, you know, it's, I can go pro se and try and, you know, knock myself out again against another brick wall, but
So the violations we have now, the containers, and what was the other violation?
That's it.
That's it.
Just the 2 containers. Those go away tomorrow. We're done.
and the other aspect is that it is in an unrestricted business zone, so it is available as a commercial property as well as just a single family residence, which is very few houses that are single family residences on that street anymore.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Is the
That's right.
position that you want to maintain 2 containers for this limited scope of work?
It's not a limited scope of work, there's
The
like,
value is $10,000. That's a fairly
but,
minimum amount of work.
right, and so if you're sanding your house, you have to move the stuff out of the house, out of the way. If you're painting it, if you're changing the roof line or doing any kind of major changes, you still
But that's
need.
not the scope of the work right now. The scope of the work is to move one kitchen to another.
No, but this would be, this is not the end. This
But
is
you could
not,
always bring those containers back if we needed to. That
but
was the-
this is to be able to get started with doing something productive. And in an effort to say, I don't know if City Mortgage is going to take the house. If City Mortgage takes the house, then the items that are in the containers, there's cabinets in there, there's plumbing stuff in
They're
there.
not in there now.
Pardon me?
Everybody will get to speak.
Excuse me?
Wait a
Hold on.
second.
Hang on.
Just wait a second. Tammy's speaking.
So the question was, I thought the containers are empty. You're indicating that those.
They were
items are
empty, but when I got this, I was told that I could put anything I wanted into them. And I was told that.
Are they
I
currently
could-
empty?
They're empty now.
No,
Well,
Are you done?
sure.
If you want to speak again, you'll get a chance. Attorney Murphy?
Well, we are attempting to mediate the dispute with City Mortgage. As you know, in a typical mortgage document for residential properties, it provides that any insurance proceeds have to be paid to the bank. And then the bank releases it for repairs. City Mortgage released part of the funds for repair, but then stopped releasing the fund, which is why the construction stopped to start with. So they are holding on to the money. They've neither applied it to reduce the principal of the mortgage, nor have they permitted repairs to items within the insurance award, such as interior repairs and permanent replacement of the roof.
Okay, anybody else want to speak? This is your chance.
on that time.
So
Raise your right hand, state your name,
Brad Craig,
and where you live.
I own the building next door, which is at 7 Park Street.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes. Look, nothing would make me happier than for Sally to renovate the property, and remove what's increasingly a blighted situation. Right? I've owned properties in the neighborhood for almost 10 years, and it's only deteriorated over that period of time, for whatever reason. Right? Just removing the containers would be progress. That is why we're here, the empty containers. And then start again, because last time I checked, you can't get a building permit when you have a violation. Right? So that's my position on it.
Anyone else? Okay, so here,
One.
I'll speak. My name is Tracy Ann Green. I'm here to represent the Norwalk Green Association. And that area, the association covers about a 5-minute walking radius from the center of the green. And one of the issues that we have, and I've been asked to be here to speak on behalf of the neighborhood people.
I swear you
Oh, I'm sorry, sure.
state your name for the record
Tracy Ann Green.
and where you live.
I live in South Salem, New York, but we have
Okay,
a building that we own.
and you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Now.
Sorry,
Now we can do this.
I don't think I need to repeat everything there, do I? What I just said? I need to start again?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, I apologize. All right, so I am here to represent Norwalk Green Association.
Who's that?
The Norwalk Green Association is a community of local stakeholders right around the green. And it's kind of designated by about a 5-minute walk from the center of the green. So people like the First Congregational Church, Episcopal Church, St. Paul's, and other businesses along the green are all part of this. I think one of the issues that is here are these containers for sure, and I think it's interesting, and hopefully this will be resolved. But I think that one of the points that's brought up is that this building's becoming more of a blight. I happen to have been in the area walking around with people, introducing them to the neighborhood, and stopped, and they said, "What is going on with that building?" And it was something that stood out in their minds as a real problem in the neighborhood. And it's a concern. It's been an ongoing deteriorating property that is of concern to people in the area. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I would
Well,
like,
if I may, first of all, she has a building permit.
Yes.
Recently issued, as Mr. Hayducky said.
Yeah.
Second of all, the Norwalk Green Association, I'm not quite sure what it is, other than business owners who apparently walk around. Now, there are other properties which are blighted in the area, which apparently the Norwalk Green Association doesn't particularly care about. And apparently it's made up of people who don't live in the area, but own businesses in the area. And the containers on the Kellogg property have no effect on the other businesses at all.
Clearly, that's not their opinion.
Well, they can't point to any effect it has on them.
I'm saying that's not their opinion. I just heard evidence that people walk around.
And if just for a point of clarification for a statement that while Mr. Craig was correct in that if there's no violations, you cannot issue a zoning permit. However, this is a building permit, which there is construction, as I'm sure you will know, there is construction which doesn't rise to the level of a building permit. Those of the zoning
I
permit.
don't
So,
think there's no construction right now.
well, all it is just that there's a permit, an active permit.
I understand.
That's,
But no, from what I'm hearing, it could be months.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just,
I don't see that there's any way to do. To need the containers now because there's nothing happening. Containers, I was very happy to hear that the containers finally got empty, but now I hear they're not empty again.
there's material in there.
Well, there shouldn't be.
Wood and things and I was told that I could put anything, I thought that you said yourself, Your Honor, that, or so, that if I could leave the containers there to put anything I wanted as long as I had a permit, as opposed to removing them and starting again, because it is summer and because because the construction season is going to be over very soon, if I don't act promptly in being able to do something about it. So
But
if
you
I
were
spend the
telling-
summer taking containers away and bringing them back again, and I've spent considerable time this summer trying to figure out what's happening with the boundary dispute. That seems
Well,
to
I
be
can
happening.
understand that,
on
but these
that entire
containers have been
street.
sitting here for many years.
And
And it took you forever to get them emptied, and now you just want to keep them there. And they are in violation. Despite Attorney Murphy's argument, I find a violation here. And there is no permit issued. There's an application, but there's no.
no,
permit.
this is a permit.
I'm sorry.
It is,
That's a permit.
it is a built, it is, yeah, that I will, it is.
No work is forecasted to begin anytime soon.
Work is ongoing at that.
I-
Contact the building inspector to let them know you began work.
He's fully aware of everything that I'm doing over there.
Would you like to submit that? Would you like to submit that as evidence?
What is the date of the start of construction?
Six 2023
The date it was issued or is the start of construction?
has been issued on 2023.
That's the date the building permit was issued. What is the start of construction date?
It's ongoing.
Have you begun construction?
Yeah.
You notified the building inspectors you did that?
Well,
He-
she hasn't got to the point where she needs an inspection of anything yet.
But typically, it's my understanding you notify when you start construction.
You have an inspection
what it
when you,
is.
if you put in electrical work, then you have an electrical inspection, or if you put in plumbing work and so forth, but she hadn't done that
So
yet.
she, okay. So
But that doesn't mean that, that
you
nothing.
started a demo, essentially. Is that correct?
Well, in any design, I've done a lot of kitchen designs, and in any design, you get the cabinets, you get everything organized, and then you do demolition, and then you put the cabinets and the appliances and things back in,
I
with
thought-
tiles and things
so-
like that.
I mean, you misunderstood. I thought you said you put the cabinets in the containers.
There are some cabinets in the containers, there are some cabinets in the house for the overall construction, not just this particular portion of the building permit.
So
This
you
is- this is-
demoed some of the cabinets, not others. Is
You
that
don't,
correct?
you don't need a separate inspection when you're working on a
I
kitchen.
wasn't talking about inspection. I was just asking
But
what scope of work has happened. So I believe you're saying you have demoed some of the cabinets and placed those in the container. Is that,
There's
accurate?
nothing demoed that's in the containers. Anything that's in the containers would be products or things to get it out of the way for construction. Anything
the
that's in
cabinets
the
that are
house,
to be installed?
cabinets to be installed there or in other parts of the house, so that you start and you move through the house. You don't just do.
But the
that
scope
one
of this
thing
work was for one kitchen to
at this
another,
point in
correct?
time, yes.
Your Honor. So I used to own a property further down the street. One of the reasons why I sold that property is because when people drove down Lewis Street, the first question they asked is, what's going on with that building? The entire neighborhood, I'm not aware of any other properties that are in any blighted situation at all. The entire neighborhood is in very good shape.
go to the next property,
Okay, fine.
and there's a blight complaint about that
Excuse me,
too.
Attorney Murphy, let him finish.
So part of the reason I sold that property is because people referenced 4 Lewis Street as being like, this isn't a nice neighborhood. This neighborhood is like in decline.
And
So you can't tell me that there's no economic impact in the interests of other property owners. That's not true.
Well, I don't agree.
And
um,
you know, if you talk to the First Congregational Church, that's directly across from 4 Lewis Street, they'll tell you the same thing. They're members of the Norwalk Land Association. There's an ongoing conflict in the neighborhood over this property. It's been going on for 10 years.
they-
All we're doing is
I'm sorry,
perpetuating
excuse
the
me,
containers.
I've heard enough.
Thank you.
Okay. Here's the situation as I see it. First of all, the violation is that the containers are there. It's been in violation for many years. It's been
I really need to say one thing, if I may.
Go ahead.
That I've been trying to get surveys and organize, trying to figure out what's going on with this property area, the entire area. And I've hired Tom Ottoman, he's done a lot of surveys about the whole entire situation there. He's found that the street where the church on the other side of the street from the First Congregational Church has encroached on the street. Mr. Craighead has provided information that basically has flawed the entire boundaries on that street. The congestion of traffic and the congestion of the automobiles on that
Okay,
street.
I'm sorry,
creates
but that
much
is
more
not
difficult.
relevant to what we're talking about here.
If
And I, the word really have heard enough. The word blight is being used as if it were decided that it's blight. I have no belief that it's blight, no evidence that it's blight, just simply we're unhappy with it. As far as other people do it, that's other people also speed and you got caught. Nothing I can do about that. Your violations continue. Containers violation continues. As far as I'm concerned, the containers are still not empty. Although there was a day or two when they were. As I sit here today, I've got containers that are not empty. There's a fine of 5,000 on the books. $5,000 fine remains. I put a contingent fine of 5,000 for satisfactory progress to today's meeting. I'm going to consider what you've done satisfactory progress. So the contingent fine of $5,000, not assessed. Contingent fine of $5,000 for next hearing. Now, when should we meet again? When is something gonna happen? I cannot let these containers sit here for all these years with no end in sight.
is there something you want to say to them?
I don't think you're gonna get a mediation in August. Sorry, you're still on the record, whatever you're saying is being recorded. So. Murphy, when do you wanna come back and report some progress?
Well, your hearing's on August 23rd. I'm not available.
Fine. We'll wait till
So
November.
I would suggest September.
Okay, so September,
We do have a date in September.
September.
20.
September 20th.
And then make sure you guys do.
Let me check that. September 20th. Yes, it's what's in the calendar. Okay, September 20th. So we continue to September 20th. This is your notice now. I expect either something that justifies that there's actual construction going on, and that's why the containers are there, or the containers not there anymore. I'm writing this so I understand it. As far as whether you'd be in violation and whether it's technical or not, I'm not as attorney, that's right, he says.
I'm not an attorney.
Says, in ongoing construction, you have to have containers. I understand that. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, Attorney Murphy. Just get this underway with all the permits needed to get the containers out of there. Sorry, that's where we're going with this. Thank you.
Very good, we're all set. All set. Sir. Oh, that's yours. I don't know if you got something extra on there. Yeah, there we go. That's Thank you.
Let's shake a little.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I want to apologize to everybody else. I usually take attorneys first because they are quicker. So much for that.
We tried.
Thank you.
We tried.
Thank you very much. See you in
Sure.
September.
Yes, in September. Yep. That's the name of the song, right?
Yeah, it sounds like
That's the name of the song.
September 20th.
September 20th, yeah, September 20th.
Thanks, John.
No problem. I'll send you guys an email with that exact date. Yeah.
Somebody's car keys here.
Oh, not mine.
There's John.
Maybe John's. Maybe John's.
Thank you.
We added something.
Yeah, we had one. Oh, we did? But yeah, but they're not. Yeah. Oh, generally not. That's for Winthrop. Yeah. That's how I know, we're starting to know when everybody gets on here. That's different. All right. My council, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna move the next one. We're gonna reward Darwin for being here early on time.
Fair enough.
Come on up, buddy. Usually you're very patient and wait till the end.
Right.
This is 41 Van Zandt Street. Here's the previous vision form. And here's the notes from the last hearing. Oh, we're on 3 pages. That's not good.
Hey, pictures.
I can get some, yes. I have some in here somewhere.
Just give me notice. It started notice.
All right, let me get up here.
We gave you notice. Right?
It was oral notes, I
Oh,
believe.
notice and you're
Yep.
here.
It's here.
Okay,
Yeah.
raise your hand. State your name for the record
Darwin Limas.
and you're swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're ready to go.
We are ready to go. All right. Would the hearing officer like a photo?
Yes, please.
You got it. So let me just get this up here. There we go. And
And you'll Russ, I want a photo.
no, I got it here on. I don't, I gotta start putting these things in the photography in the presentations every week. Basically, it's a, this might even be we have a shed constructed with no permit.
Oh, yeah,
There we go.
remember that.
All
Okay.
right. So. Everybody. Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do anything for once. Not my fault. I didn't do it.
It's not you.
Yeah, that's right. Not your fault. That is for sure. It's not. Okay, last time we were here, May 17th. And at that time, the matter was continued to the 26th today. Must close permits by 7/26, which is today. Must come to hearing if permit is closed to seek any ask in the reduction of the $5,000 assessed fine. So we got good news. Ta-da, we have a certificate for completion of the shed. We are all set. So, like I said, easiest presentation I got all day. So I'm gonna say that we want the matter closed. And look, obviously, any city department would like some money, but it's up to the hearing officer what to do with that.
Okay, so how much was the fine?
Oh, the max fine, it's on there.
No, how much does? Is an original, there's a fine sitting here.
Sitting here, $5,000.
$5,000 fine. How long is this going on?
Oh, let's see, from February of last year.
So a year and a half?
Yeah. Yeah, got in the middle of construction there and there was some, being perfectly honest, there were things like surveys that were needed. There were a couple surveys that needed to be done. And the property owner decided to enlarge the shed from, I think it was originally something like 15 by 20 to 20 by 22.
Okay,
So,
I'm ready.
you ready? Let's go.
Okay.
I think he's happy.
Well, he might mean,
He
is
won't-
there
He don't wanna see anymore.
Okay, violation cured. Matter, what do we say, closed?
Dismissed.
Dismissed. $5,000 fine. Reduced to $1,000.
Big break, that's good, that's a big break.
Okay.
Man, so I will, I got your email, or you guys come in, you can come in anytime you want,
For paying where, right there?
oh yeah, our
Right
office.
there?
Yep.
Give me some time or has to be right away?
Well, yeah, it wouldn't take too long because then our attorneys will hear about it and then they're not happy and we don't get money. So,
And
you,
it did cost the city $500 in service. So
that's all those services we did. Add up about
Right,
500
yeah,
bucks.
I got you, I got you.
So that's,
Yeah.
so we're gonna get a little money back on
Yeah,
that.
fine.
So yeah, come in and
I
if you,
totally fine, I
and if
really
you-
appreciate it.
yeah, and if you want to, if you want to do 2 payments, as long as they're not far apart, you can do that too.
Okay, very good.
okay, thank
Yeah.
you so much.
All right,
for
Darvin.
doing this.
Appreciate it.
Well done.
So I don't have any paperwork with me because I got my other truck. So.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're good. You don't need anything.
No, you got all paper.
You're good.
Thank you so
No
much.
problem. You're all set.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're all
right.
set, buddy.
Thank you, John.
Take
Appreciate it,
care.
bro.
Good
Well,
seeing
man.
you.
Good to see you.
Oh,
Take care.
yeah, okay.
Hmm?
I'm just saying, we only did 3 cases.
Well, hopefully we'll keep moving here. We'll
Pick
do
up the
okay.
pace. Who's here next?
I'll do my best. Hold on. I mean, yeah, myself working, I can only go so fast. Shockingly.
It's fine.
I think I'll be good at this point. That's. Right. Okay, so next up, I think Mr. Hoti, it's time for you to come on up there. This is gonna be 291 Chestnut Hill. I'll get the paperwork out here.
It's my son.
We'll go through the pleasantries in a bit.
Sometimes I'm not understanding like very well and.
Good, that's a good thing to have, very good. So here's the previous, when we were here last time, and the notes from last hearing. And let me put this up here. There's screen. Go here, actually, let me do this real quick. Not, why do I keep hitting that? Of course I have it. I do that, then we're gonna go here, and there we go. Share. Perfect. I'm going to do, let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna ask them. All right, this here, Joanne's here probably for 8 Winthrop. And so we just have to see who, let me see who this one's here for. MB, you there? Very permanently did. All right. I just don't want to leave anybody behind. That's all. All right, well, we'll get rid of that. Okay, so would you like to swear in the
Announce the case or something.
oh, I thought I did 291 Chestnut
Oh,
Hill.
okay.
I thought I did. Maybe I didn't.
Maybe it did. Who's gonna speak? You gonna speak?
Both, just in case.
Okay, state
Just
your
in
name.
case you can.
That's fine.
Right on hold it,
And you
granite hold it.
guys both swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, we're
Very
ready to go.
Okay. So let's get the, you know, what we'll get the house cleaning done first here. We'll go past this. So for today's hearing, notice was needed, obviously. That is the notice sent to the property owner. And we have here, I don't know why this fell off, but there you go. We have the green card for today's hearing right here. Signed.
You guys sign, did you sign it?
Yes, no, hold on.
No. Back. No,
No, it's not my son.
Who signed it?
No, no, this is not my son. This is not.
well, we always have
Can I
backup
get the
here.
pencil? This is my son. Maybe my kids and my wife, someone.
Okay, but you got.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, so-
You're not objecting to nothing.
Yes.
Also, we have, give Peter his moment in the sun. Constable Bondi also made a delivery, which I'm sure you got from, there you go, that looks like it.
Okay, so we're all set.
We're all set.
We find those.
There we go. Okay, that's why we always have that. So, yeah, May 17th, we have a continuation to today. No fine at the time, and the condition was must have some progress towards a zoning permit. So, where this lies is, as a quick refresher. I do have some pictures, but I also have here, so what we have is a detached structure separate from the primary house that has work that was done to it with no permits,
Work that was done what?
with no permits.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You know, never would happen, right?
Jeez.
Never happens.
Wow.
Never happens. So, but that was the beginning of this. That was the first indication.
screen.
It's all on the screen there. So the health department and fire marshal, they also wanted to inspect this property, and they did on June 20th, 2023. And I was not available. I was out of town, so they did me a favor and forwarded me everything that they got during that inspection. So that's what this note is for. I'm sorry if everybody was still reading that there. And basically what I'm going to go through laboriously here is, this was the first email I got. This is basically the information that was given to me by the various departments. So I will submit as a exhibit here. This is from the housing inspector from the health department. Email and associated pictures of, as she wrote, second dwelling, see pictures. And the next pictures here. So we have a finished room here. Why she circled the trim, that's an excellent question, but that's her gig. Showing a wire sticking out of the corner of a floor. I mean, that's a health department thing, but the idea for this here, there you go, upstairs bathroom exposed wire. The reason this is important for me is because this confirms that there was work without permits, that this is the type of work that was done. And here's a upstairs bedroom.
How'd they get it in to take the pictures?
They were granted access.
Okay.
Just barred through the door. I mean, we used to do that, but we don't do that anymore. The courts don't like that. So those upstairs bedroom, they said no ventilation. Again, that's not our thing, but this is fact that there was a bedroom. And again, what is this here? Bedroom roof within living area. I'm not sure why they included this stuff. And this was another, so. Get those pictures here. Was this from Peter?
Let's start with it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
It's accurate.
Yeah, this is like, when I got the house, is like
Well,
this.
Okay.
This is, I'm not doing like nothing, this is all like
Ooh,
How about this?
same, like all like, I tried like over here, like to open like just the windows. And after like the inspector said, don't do nothing like before, and I'm not doing nothing.
Okay, so this is all, but these are accurate pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a full exhibit.
okay. The last set of photos, there was just a downstairs bathroom with no window or ventilation space. Again, it's more the fact that it's there. That's
I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna have to keep going. I got one more. This is from the building inspector. This is from Peter Kelly, assistant building inspector. And let's go down here. On the same day, and these are photos of the first floor. So that was all on the second floor. This is the first floor. And we're gonna go through real quick. We have kitchenette.
No, John, sorry about that.
Yep.
The pictures like the bathroom you showed before.
Yeah.
On the first floor.
Oh,
not the
right,
second
right.
floor.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're right. No, you're correct. That's what it says on
Yeah,
here.
over
Yep.
here, this. picture,
Downstairs,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Downstairs.
First.
Yeah, I
It's
just,
actually, it's the gas house, but.
yeah, it's all in the same
yeah,
building.
Yeah,
It's on.
Yeah.
it's on. So this is just a kitchenette within the building, put it that way. How's that?
Why are you showing me this? Is it illegal? It's.
Oh, yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
okay, I'm
oh,
trying to
yeah.
understand what's going on.
At the moment it is. We're trying to get there maybe, so that's not.
Okay.
And it was, these are also, like, the building department, and health department, they send me all that they document,
Okay.
even if there may be one or two things that we don't have any jurisdiction on.
Right,
But
right.
what it does, it drives home the point that there is living space there. You got another bedroom here. You got a nicely tucked away washer and dryer. The man in the mirror there is Peter, that's the building inspector. He didn't wipe himself out of the pictures, forgot. So that's a bathroom as well. And that is,
Everybody living in this space?
Yes,
there you go.
Who's living?
is it's all like two people, like the handicap, that's why you see
That's why
like
you see
the
that bathroom there.
bathroom.
They need
Try
to be
like to
put-
have
They
them like
pay
this.
you rent or what? They pay you rent?
They try like sometimes when he has like money help me, but you know, he doesn't pay like all the times, you know. See, it's very old like people, you know, it's 80 years old, like both of them, and it's like,
You
he
know,
recommend me like to help them and I
you
help
know,
them.
80 years old isn't that young, isn't that old, you know? It's not that old.
I'm not saying,
No, no, no.
I say like for her, like the handicap, you know, and try like,
Is it, everybody toss a number out there, give me toss a number.
I'm sorry, I don't mean
No
like,
problem, I.
is my grandmother is 104.
80 is-
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
80 is
okay.
officially old.
No, it's all how you think it is.
Oh.
Yeah, old.
Alright, so, and this is just another, I'll just submit them, it's a real quick set, you don't have to look through them there, counselor, but you get the idea.
So what are we gonna do with this?
Well, long story short, I mean,
So there are 2 units.
there are
within
two, that's
this
where I was going, there's
detached
2 units
structure.
in there. Cause if you look at the pictures from here. So if you look at pictures from Peter here, he has. One kitchen, well, that's the new one, they're hanging. That's the one it's on the screen now,
There's two
Right.
structures?
no, 2 kitchens in the
Two
same
ki- Why
structure.
do we have two kitchens?
Good question.
Oh, sure.
That may be something, that may be a question for one on my presentation for the
Not
property
really,
owner.
but it's one family, it's a gas house. But the lady, like the woman, she's old with the handicaps here.
She's on the first one.
And yeah, we have like the old cabinet, but just I change it like for her to make it easy, like to wash it and stuff, like she can walk like upstairs.
But the long and short of it is there are 2 kitchens in there. There's 2 kitchens, one. on the
He has
first
like
floor, one
the
on second.
cabinets, like the old cabinets, John, like before.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying, there's
Yeah,
2
like-
different kitchens here, that's my
Yeah.
point. That's my point. So, and just going through again, you already looked through them, but just to put them on the record here.
It's old,
Yeah, just,
old.
well, it's all the old things, this is. As I scroll through them, they get on the record, so I have to scroll through them. But I get the idea here, and then these last ones, these are my photos I took the other day. Just some indications that there might be some building materials and such around the house, but. The main factor here, the main issue is this structure here. Oops, this structure here. The layout that is there is not what we have approved here in zoning. We do have a approval for work back in, I can give you the exact date, if you just allow me a few seconds here, back in 2007. For substantial work to this structure, and it was for a living quarters in there, so living quarters is one unit. And a legalization of a studio exercise room with a 3/4 bath. That was the last approval we had, so what that means is, what's there today?
What's a
is-
3/4 bath?
I think it had a shower, a toilet, and a sink, whereas
Okay.
a full bath would have a tub.
When it was like John, like over there, I show you, like,
Mhm.
it's actually another floor down, he has like the old bathroom, yeah.
Yeah, oh, I was in there.
Yeah.
I'm glad I
And
got
I'm
out.
not, like, after when you said like, don't.
Glad I got out of there quick.
Hold
Yeah.
it, don't work nothing like before, like
Sounds like
getting
you've
the
been in there.
permit, I'm not touching, but it's the old like. Tub and bathrooms and toilet and everything is, and also like he has the kitchen like downstairs.
Oh, yeah, that kitchen is not being, there is another one in there, but it's derelict.
like
It's
all,
not-
like
Yeah,
it's-
it's not.
Okay.
I bought the house like this, you know, it's,
So here's,
Wait,
Yes, sir,
just
here.
a- May 17th. Why didn't you come to the hearing?
oh, did you get my email?
I got the.
I was over here
He did poke in
and
over
I
here.
tried to say like, I have a surgery, my son 10 years old,
And
but you're busy, I
I
tried
was
like
busy,
a couple times to tell you to explain.
that was, yeah.
I
I
remember.
should you
'Cause
know.
I told him when you were,
Thank
when you were there during the
I can
hearing.
get like proof like from
Oh.
hospital to bring it all like.
Okay, so, all right, what are we doing now? What's the next step?
So the
We
next step.
certainly have a
Sorry.
violation.
Yep.
More than one.
Oh, yeah, the next step is, listen, the requirement, there could be some of this which can be permitted. Under our new accessory structure regulation, new accessory apartment regulations, some of this, not all of it, some of this could be permitted. So, but that requires a zoning application to show what is there in that entire structure. Now, that also requires some plans. So you have to get a professional involved here. You have to get somebody who can, doesn't necessarily, architect is preferred,
The architect, I'm spoken with the architect, he's starting like doing like joints,
okay?
and let's see, like, bring the joints here. I bring in some joints like just for roofing, you remember like
Yep,
before?
oh, I have that here,
But,
we still have
yeah,
that.
but
Yep.
it's actually, he's gonna, I explained like to do like all like details, and you told me like, you have to have a septic like,
Well, that wasn't me, that was the health
not,
department.
oh, I'm sorry,
Right, that's okay,
okay.
that's okay.
It's in my, we've been like,
It's
to the
okay.
house.
I'm not here to hold that.
No, he's, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just
Does
basically,
anybody else want to talk on this?
let
Mark?
me go make sure that he's, let's see if he's, nope, gone away, okay.
Okay, so what are we continuing this into, and what am I gonna see by the time we come back here? That's what I need to know.
And I think so in September, because, you know, I'm gonna go in Europe like in next month, like
What are you gonna
my
accomplish?
mom,
by
she's gonna have a
September?
surgery. Oh, there, I think it's like in September 3, I'm gonna come back,
What is gonna be different?
but it's, let's see, I'm gonna talk like, maybe like better like to talk to the architect and to explain me what's, to have something when I come the next year and to show you like this is like the plan and joints and stuff and what we can do.
I think we should clarify for the record
Yeah.
that it's a application to the zoning commission.
Right, it is an application, so when we say application, it does have to go to the zoning commission.
Mhm.
It's just, it's an extra step, but
Can that be done by September?
an application to the zoning commission can absolutely be done by September.
Okay.
And highly suggest that when you get your architect, have him contact me,
Okay,
have him email me, that'd be great.
no problem.
What are we gonna do with the tenants?
Well, I'll be completely honest, some, like I said, the tenants, that's gonna have to be addressed, there's. You know, because they could, like I said, they can maybe keep some of that. But not all of it, so it's gonna be a matter of how you're gonna approach it as a landlord, if the
It's,
tenants can remain.
It's leaving like cool, like when I said like a
Yeah.
man with a woman, like both like is 80 years old. And he has like the son and daughter, no,
Yeah,
no
the
one
problem
else.
is-
is all that.
If something happens to them, you're gonna be liable.
That's it, right,
I try like
I'm
actually,
just telling you.
no, well, I
If
said
you're home
like.
Tonight, something could have
Yeah.
happened and you could be liable. You gotta address
What
this
do you
theory.
suggest, like to
I-
tell him to move?
I'm not telling you what to do,
No,
but
but
I
I-
understand, but
that's,
it could be a lot more expensive than anything you're gonna go to
What
do.
do you recommend me?
yeah, unfortunately, we
Yeah.
can't suggest that, that's gonna be that's up to you as the property owner, that's up to you, what your best course of action is.
I mean, you have, even if you have insurance, you're in violation of, insurance wouldn't pay. So you gotta decide what to do with these people.
Right.
They're really not your problem. I understand your sympathy. But they're really not your problem. They're gonna cause you more problem than.
And I want to make one additional clarification in the application to the planning and zoning commission. For the ADU, you have to occupy, so you either have to live in the primary unit or the accessory dwelling unit.
You live in the main house, right?
Yeah.
There you
Oh, you mean that.
All right, I'm not gonna give you a fine today either.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I want you to use your money to solve your problems. Okay, I don't want you to use your money to pay the city and you still have your problems. I want progress. I don't know what it's gonna be. But you must have some progress that convinces me you're taking this seriously by the September hearing, which is the date on September 9/20.
20th.
2023. I'm giving you notice now to be here on September 20th.
Write that down.
If any thoughts or questions, you always contact Mr. Hayducky. He's very helpful on these things, but you gotta give serious thought to any problem.
Thank you. I'll take that one. Oh, no, I'll take everything. If you don't need it, I'll take it. How's that?
This is also yours.
Yeah, I do that too. Thank you.
This is also yours.
Hey, you
This
did-
is yours.
Yeah, I just need to write a note on something. That's why I was like, not just grabbing it for you.
So I'm all the way down to number 5. Any questions? We're all set, I think.
I think, yeah, I think you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you. You gotta go.
Sorry about that, but we try like,
Don't worry.
if this is for the business, I explain like, what we try like to make living over there.
Oh, absolutely. We
But it's
understand.
not, well, you remember like the building, it was over there. yeah?
Oh, I know. You're gonna do good. I think you're gonna do good work to it. So I think, but we gotta
Let's
get it
see.
legalized here.
It's 38 feet like structure. I work in construction. It's just double six when roofing top is not support, nothing like in middle.
Mhm.
I've never seen in my life. That's why the roofing is going like down.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, no, it's that's why I said, when I did the inspection, I wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
Wanted to get out.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Have a nice
take care.
day. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep.
Okay,
We're gonna do that. Let me just get this here.
we'll have people here.
We do.
Tom.
Yep. Hey. He likes to be big. I like to talk. This guy.
That's it.
Ooh,
Almost a third the way done, almost.
yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there. Hopefully. All right.
The attendee was for which dress?
For 8 Winthrop. Well, I just think we'll go. Our default is we go in order who's here on the agenda, so that's what we usually do. We have that's here, so not 80 Broad, not Cassuth, not Edmondson. 9 Godfrey might be here though. Come on, Guillermo.
So did you say Amazon?
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
Richard, I haven't seen, did you trim up a little bit?
I don't know what's different.
Ah, you look
Sorry,
different.
hold it.
Hold it.
The beard.
It could be, yeah, that must be, like, I thought you were,
I didn't recognize you.
I know exactly, we had no idea we were.
Then you told me 3 o'clock.
Oh, no, I know, but we just didn't recognize you, didn't see, like, Richard, come on up, this is 28 Edmondson.
Sorry, I don't mean to. kind
No,
of-
no, you're incognito, man, you're.
Maybe that was subconscious.
Very well.
Let's get this here, let's get this open properly. Let's do, there we go, right there, okay. And share screen to here. Awesome, okay. 28 admins,
Anybody here for?
I do not believe so. No, it's the
Oh, it's
same
you
one,
and-
yeah, it's me, yeah, oh, one's always me,
Show when you're sharing screen.
yeah, this is right here, it's just taking
Always
this 3 times.
reminds me of your cell phone voicemails.
Oh, thank you.
I think they give you notice.
No, they don't. I have no, somebody's gotta tell me that's full. Nope. So I appreciate that.
That's the window. The other tab said what? I can't read it from here. There was another Zoom tab open.
It's just that,
Mm,
which I already had the meeting about, that's why I keep this open.
Yeah,
That's why I keep this open. So you see up in the corner there, I can just relaunch it, just in case something happens.
okay.
So
Yes.
what happened
Yes.
August 30th?
Yep.
To, then you were on medical leave, but nothing happened till July 6th. What went?
Well, we're getting into that. We're gonna,
Okay, go ahead. Tell me
there.
what's going on.
we're gonna get there. So share screen again. Let's try this again. There we go. So that went away too. That's fascinating. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let's do that. There we go. Don't know why that went away, but fair enough.
No, it's still there.
Okay, it's there. But why didn't it pop up when I did that? All right, I just gotta go here real quick. I know I'm going back. I know I'm getting everybody dizzy and seasick here. I got you. There we go. Okay. So let's do a little housekeeping. Here's a, because it's been a while, her hearing notice was sent. That's sent for today's hearing. Right there. And I have the property owner here confirming attendance. And I also have Constable Bondi's delivery.
Any objection notice?
No.
Okay.
So,
Notice is found, but
so the whole reason that there was a big gap there was because there was ongoing work to the property. The property owner was diligently doing work. And it was because, let's be honest, I wasn't here for the October one. So see, because the owner was, again, diligently doing work, I had nothing to assume that it would not be done in a timely manner. We had a little back and forth when it came to surveys and things like that, but that was just a slight delay. But in the long run, figured letting it play out to get, there's no reason to bring it back 4 or 5 times. And so that's why I will submit here certificates. And this was the, right here, this is the top one's the important, the key one.
so you're done.
He is all set. The reason he's here is because we have a contingent fine hanging out there and we have to make a ruling on it. So I always want the property owner here, should the hearing officer have any questions, have any comments or things of that nature.
Okay, I don't know. There's a $5,000 contingent fine.
Right,
Okay, we don't have any fine.
that we nailed down, correct.
Okay,
So it's up, it's
so
only,
based on that, I don't see, let me hear about why we had to keep sending a marshal. As opposed to just sending a green card and getting it back.
well, I think we only sent it,
You're telling me you've got $220 in costs
it
here.
was just the three services we sent, one for the initial citation, one for the hearing in August, and one for today. Those are approximately $70 a pop, and then certified mails.
Okay,
That's how we got to $250.
what do you want to say? You don't want the $5,000 fine, I'm guessing.
I'm actually very happy not to have that. I did spend a lot of money on taking back the property 30 inches, the lower part of the property. And it wasn't an easy job to do, but it was pretty involved having to put in a new
I'm not
foundation.
gonna charge you that. I'm just concerned about the money the city had to spend to get you here,
Mhm,
which contains, let's say $250.
mhm.
So I'm gonna reduce the fine to $250
That's fine by me.
and,
More than happy with that.
okay, because apparently did everything you were supposed to, at whatever reasonable thing you could do, so I'm satisfied that you corrected the problem, everybody's happy. Violation. Violation, what's the word?
That's missed, or violation cured,
Cured.
that's it.
Order dismissed. Contingent. Fine. Reduced. $250. That's the end of that.
But success.
Assessed, yeah. Or you can come in anytime.
Okay,
Yep.
but the certificate of occupancy, all the other stuff in compliance is
Yep.
separate from this. so
Yeah,
that's what
the
we did
certificate of
before.
occupancy is with the building department.
Okay.
So you got our certificates here, so
So this
you're
was
all
the
set.
final part.
this is the final part. Yep,
Okay, well, I'm very happy to hear that.
very good. There's
Thanks,
pop
Tom.
on in whenever you can and just pay that.
Bring that to the tax department or to you?
Goes to us, so our, just coming to our office during open hours.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
All right, you got it.
John.
Richard, thank you. Good seeing you. Take care.
Yep.
We'll see you soon.
Hopefully not.
Well, you got to you got just for the check, that's all.
Okay, good one.
All right, no problem. Take care.
You're up now.
Yeah, Guillermo, now you're up. My fault.
That's okay.
I hadn't seen him in so long. I did not,
Right.
I couldn't recognize him. I had no idea who it was.
Okay.
So I'm still, we got that. That was the previous one.
Is this one?
Yes, 9 Godfrey. Well, I get this in order.
Anybody still out there?
Yeah, there's one we'll do that one next. That's for Winthrop. We'll do that one next. I just always want to get people that are here first.
Yeah.
So. Hold on, I am. Miss right here we go. Okay, actually, I can probably get rid of that envelope because he changed addresses. Okay, so. Now, here's the funny thing about 9 Godfrey and. Most of them coming up afterwards. I made presentations. What's that?
No?
Oh, no, it's not new. Let me get it out for you. I kind of jumped the gun there. My apologies. Here you go. Not new. Now, the problem is this is one of, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, great.
State your name for the record.
Guillermo Sanchez Reyes,
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All of it is a procedurally. I have 4 items that did not save onto the. So we're gonna have to do it the old fashioned way.
Okay.
So this is one of them. This is so. Here's the previous hearing notes. So what I am going to do is. You're next, don't worry. You're next. He has been here a while. I know he has been here since the beginning.
He comes in.
I think he's got his kid out there. That's what the music is and all that stuff. That's why. So, okay, so we gotta do it this way. Whenever you're ready. Yep,
Okay,
okay. So. This one here, last time we were here again was on, when it was May 17th. I actually need that. I need that, May 17th, perfect. And it was the matter was continued to, today for some progress. I believe there may have been I don't think there was a contingent fine issued of, I believe, 5,000 contingent on some sort of progress. This was a property, a 2-family residence that had had occupancy in the basement. There was a fire. The fire department is who forwarded me this one. If you might remember more than any pictures, is the massive fire report that we got. 21-page fire report about what happened, what they found, which was basically a rooming situation in the basement. So the property owners are required to obviously repair the damage and bring the property into compliance, which is a 2-family residence. So what I will present here, first item. Probably reverse, but if anybody wants to see this, feel free to come to Norwalk Planning and Zoning, room 129, City Hall during open hours. How's that? So the first email here is Guillermo giving me update on June 5th, saying that the insurance company was finally able to get to the property. You have to keep in mind that they restrict occupancy and access because of the damage to the property. The fire marshal and health department. So they were able to get to the property on June 5th.
you're not living there.
No.
Like, yeah, the whole premises is,
Nobody's living.
nobody's on
Nobody's
occupied,
in-
yeah. So. So I wrote a response on the 15th. Of actually, just saying that, hey, you still have your hearing, thank you for the update. You still have a hearing scheduled for the July 26th. Guillermo reached out to me on the 20th with an update, basically saying, the insurance company is still. Kind of dragging their feet a little bit and still can't get in because the problem here is we gotta get plans, floor plans. And the only way to do that, an architect has to get in there. Until they get in there, they can't really make plans. So, and I'll also present here really quick, again, on the record, here's the notice for today with Constable Bondi's service.
You got notice.
He's here, yeah.
There's notice.
So, it is a little tricky. I do want to, Guillermo and I have been in good contact. Regarding updates and all that, but we do have a responsibility as the city in Norwalk to ensure that this does move along as in a timely manner as possible. So, we don't want to just kick this down, a year, if you will, but,
Anything here.
yeah, I know, right, exactly.
I got
Okay,
it.
very good, yep,
I got me at least the insurance been dragging her feet for months, and the first estimate give me $20,000.
oh, okay,
Okay, so so I've been fighting, and because I would like I tie my hands because I can't bring anybody to do the floor plans.
right,
It's dark in the basement, and I keep fighting. I got a meeting today, this morning.
Yeah.
And so they give another offer for 78,000.
a little bit better,
So
okay,
yeah, but it's still not there because the damage is it's a lot.
yeah,
So they tell me this gonna be the soonest by October before Thanksgiving.
okay, okay.
So that's where I am right now. And so
Just so the hearing officer knows, just to show you these are from the health department actually was able to get in there. They're the ones that posted unfit, just so the hearing officer sees this. These were already submitted, but just to show the extent of what happened. That's what the basement looks like. That's where the fire was. There was quite a bit of damage.
What did the outside look like?
Oh, geez, here, I have all these. I didn't think they'd interest me.
What is all this?
That's the outside of the property. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
There's a stove, what's going on?
Oh, that's
you know,
good. That's a good question for a
It-
property owner. That's a good one.
we I bought a new stove before the fire.
Okay.
And I was
It was there, yeah.
it was there when the fire happened.
What's all this stuff?
Oh, that's a plow, a snow plow. I bought a truck. And they give me a plow with a truck.
That's a good deal.
Neighbors haven't complained?
No, this was from the fire marshal office. Nobody's complained. Nobody is followed up. Even the fire marshal, health department haven't even followed up.
Okay. So
There you go.
at this point, I guess we're just gonna continue this. With progress, I don't even know what to say specifically we need, but
Yeah, I mean, this is, I would think maybe, let's see, if they're thinking about October, maybe we'll. I don't know if we have an October hearing schedule.
we should continues. Have a fine.
Contingent fine, I
All
think.
right, we'll leave the contingent fine on.
It's not safe for occupancy for any units.
Right, the whole house is
The
not,
whole house thing.
it's not, so,
Okay. So we're gonna continue. To when? Continue.
well, if the insurance company is saying may have some progress or some update in October, October would be,
October, Jesus,
well,
what's he supposed to do? All right,
well, that's all we
as
can
long as the
do.
neighbors are not.
It's really been very hard. It's the fire happening in February,
Hold that, yeah, the virus, it's all starting.
February,
Yeah.
and, you know, and that gave me this estimate, 3 weeks ago.
They first started with 20,000 and then with 78,000 and now they say maybe more.
Maybe
Yeah,
more, it's
maybe
for a
more.
whole house, it's for a whole house, yeah. Do we have any schedule? I actually did not look in my calendar before I left my office today.
I don't see anything best. Let's see here. We got one for September 20th.
Okay,
That may be that's on the schedule, right?
okay. Well, if we want to move this to October and set an October date, get one in the calendar.
Well, we would have the 18th would be a Wednesday.
The 18th would actually not be preferred on my end. I'm not gonna be here, so we can do,
So we could do
25th.
the 25th.
do that. That's fine. Well, right at that, 10:25, yeah. And that's just to have an update, see what happens between now and then. If you get something before then, like you did before, email me.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, I should have got it.
Okay, all right.
Hearing on the 20th, and then this is continued to October 21.
Fifth.
So you may got something before that? Send
Yeah,
an
let me,
email?
yeah, tell you, yeah, I mean, the only way you wouldn't have to come back is if you miraculously fixed everything. So you can't, that's not gonna happen. So
Yeah.
you'll be back here on the.
Okay,
But
Yeah, we
send
got-
me everything you got. Just send me, and then if anything happens between when you send me something and the date, you can, like you did today,
Mhm.
you can present that.
okay. All right,
right.
Good luck.
well, thank you very
No
much.
problem. Thank you, Guillermo. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice night.
You too. Take care.
Very good tonight.
Oh, yeah, everything's a good thing.
I mean, also up cigars.
You're always so nice.
All right, so we have two actually, like one of the guys poked his head in here. He's outside. I think he's got his family there. We can do that one. However,
Sitting there with his family, should have brought him in the soon.
I mean, he just poked, like just before Guillermo came in, so. So let's do that. Now, I'm gonna do something I don't normally never do. I am going to pause this. Because I have to use the menu.
The world wants to know all about that.
Well, yeah, it's like,
TMI.
there we go. Okay.
Okay, raise your right hand. You're gonna speak, raise your right hand,
Just in case.
just state your name. Diego Gomez. State your name.
Ingrid Gomez.
You guys swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Yes. Is she going to speak? Ingrid,
Okay, so. This one is, came to our attention, and again, I have to put on the record, anybody wishes to view this file or anything in this presentation. Is encouraged to do so by coming to the planning and zoning office, room 129, City Hall during normal business hours. So we have our initial complaint here. This was submitted on January 31st. Are you ready? Okay, yeah, you snuck into my stuff here. So we also have here says initial complaint. We have some initial investigations done, inspections on February 16th, which just showed a couple of cars. Be under tarps in the driveway. If I failed to mention, this is for possible auto repair operation within a residential zone. So. And so we have 3 pictures of that. I'd like to submit those for an exhibit. That's on, again, in February of this year.
These are good pictures. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
All exhibits.
we're gonna do that 2 more times. So, these were photos taken on May 5th, 2023. If you wanna put those back together while you're looking through those.
Let's see.
Oh, you see them? Okay, fair enough. I was saying one. Half one.
Right, more photos, see if these are all valid. Yes.
This is not vehicle sparse.
What's that? I'm sorry.
It's gonna say vehicle sparse, it's no vehicle sparse.
Well, this is that's what was interpreted by the inspector. That's fine. You can say that they're not. Then the inspector that went out there said that it was. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Because this is a bit toy for the door and
Okay.
I put a cover because I don't want it to be wet.
What's the objections?
That's not a car part. It was so it was labeled by the inspector as a car part.
Don't worry about the label, I just want to know what the picture.
Oh, yeah, the picture,
Pictures are accurate.
as in like, as in we didn't fake these. They're. That's that one and one more. And these were on June 24th, 2023. Come, go in. Good, very good.
I have all documents for the
Oh,
parts.
that's okay. Yeah, we're getting there. I gotta establish everything here and then we'll go forward. Okay, so based on that, we felt there was enough, information to send at least a notice of violation, which was sent to the owner of record. There's the tax form and the notice which was sent. I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the green card as well.
You own this property. And you got notice to be here today and you're here today, right?
Right, that's these two.
You have no objection to the notice. No objection that you were given notice to be here and you're here.
Right.
Yes? So you understand me.
'Cause you got notice to be, like, we gave you like our constable. Yeah, that right there we go, yeah.
Okay.
So he got it, yep, he got
We
it.
got it.
We're just making sure that you got what the constable,
Yeah, that's
Sent.
right, yeah.
perfect,
That's what, here, okay. there we
perfect, that's
go.
why we're here, perfect, that's what we need to hear, fantastic.
Can
So,
you see the complaint from the.
oh, sure, if you wanna see the complaint, you can see that too, that's, you're right to see that, absolutely. Right back there, one quick thing in the office there.
The question over here, what is that information?
That's the neighbor that's complained.
Oh,
Mr. 31, you're 29 is your next door neighbor wrote that complaint.
but you were gonna have copy this or?
We can make one, yeah, definitely, just when we're all set here, I'll give you
Yeah.
a copy. And last but not least, I know I had a couple more pictures, which you haven't seen yet either. These are from taking, our inspector was in the neighborhood today and they took pictures from today.
What's going on today? Okay, all right, those are exhibits as well.
Fair enough.
I told you, I moved the
Yep,
whole
yep,
house.
everything looks good.
I have four properties, so I didn't know I can have my cars.
Oh, that's good. We'll don't worry, we'll get you through. So basically, so the initial complaint was for operation of a commercial auto repair. So we went out, we did see some signs of that, meaning unregistered vehicles, potentially some car parts and tools. So we have to err on the side of caution that we may believe that this is a business. And that's why we're here. We give the property owner a chance to show that this is not a commercial business. Now, have there been any obvious signs of a business, as in a signage or a sign or advertisement or anything like that? No, we have not been able to document any, if there was any work going on, no money exchanged, no nothing for charging for services, just some hints that there might be. Now, we also cannot confirm the vehicles, the registrations, but I believe the property owner may have something to help me out there. And the only other thing that we did mention is there may be a parking area in the front setback. That one we can look further into. That was indicated by one of our inspectors. We can look into that further. If it is a problem, I can work with the homeowner and we can.
But you're not making that claim today.
It is mentioned in the notice, yes. We mentioned that it is in the notice, but that was the crux of the violation was that's just something we picked up on. It was the vehicles and the work that was done. If the whole violation is upheld, then we know where to go. But if parts of the violation are upheld and some are not, we can work with the property owner to fix whatever is left outstanding.
Okay.
So our stance is that, no, is at first, no. There's the initial one, we didn't have a memo,
Okay.
so. So basically, if the property owner provides some, provides the registrations or copies of the verification, the registration of the vehicles that are on the property. And, we could keep this open to say, just to make sure nothing goes on there, if the property owner is claiming that there's no commercial activity.
What are all
And,
these cars?
well, back then our claim was there were just a lot of cars that were being potentially worked on. But I believe the property owner may say otherwise.
Okay. What do you want to tell me?
The only one I told you is, I love cars.
Those are all your cars.
Yeah.
They're running vehicles and they're registered.
Everyone is registered.
Okay, so.
Everyone is registered. I have 4 properties. I told
Yep.
him I bring my cars to another property because I didn't know I have car registered and I can have it on my house.
You can have unregistered, you can
I
have,
have all,
oh, there, he's got them all right there. you go, tax bill.
all taxes I pay,
So.
all the
what we
taxes
have-
I pay for
what's
the whole house.
the, set parking in the setback?
The parking is that little area in front of the garage. My initial investigation cannot prove that has ever been approved.
Did this guy come to the hearing? Did he get notice or anything?
Everybody gets notices of the hearings that are interested. But he's not here.
Okay. All right, so what are you seeking here?
Well, we're seeking to, it's up to the hearing officer. As of today, the property is per the photos here and the registrations provided by the property owner.
But I send you, right?
Yeah, they sent me, is that, the vehicles that are on the property as of this photo today are registered,
All titles on my name.
and we have.
Okay.
we
For
feel
the
like that
record, the total number of cars are registered.
That's good. How many cars do you have registered? How many?
Too many,
Too many?
yes, and I'm a pastor for a church.
Yeah.
That's my business, like they say, but I had 2 vans for the church, and I had the car for her, I have my car, I had the car for my daughter, I had the car for my son, so I have too many cars.
Six vehicles registered for that address,
But it's
More
allowed-
than, more than 6.
more than six.
have as many as he wants, as long as they're not.
Great, I just want to establishing that they were registered to that address.
I had
It's
the
registered.
registrations.
All right, so what's your complaint here?
Well, my complaint is, as of right now, it seems like the property is in compliance. With with the registration and no evidence of a auto repair as of today. What I would like to do is just he's got his hands, nothing, doesn't.
I'm a mechanic.
No, he's not a mechanic.
So I don't think you're alleging that no auto repair takes place there, correct?
What is, I'm sorry.
You're saying auto repair
No.
never takes place there.
No, I don't have any repairs job from my house, no. But like I said, I told him, probably I changed the tires for the snow for the summer.
So you're
Probably I do.
servicing vehicles there, but it's for your own use.
Mhm. Yeah, everyone is for my own use.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're trying
And
to
I love,
clarify for the record.
and I love classes. I have 5 classes car.
Gotcha. And you work on the-
Everyone license
Hey,
apply.
what about these photos and videos this guy's claims he submitted? Where did you submit them to?
We have them, they're in with the do I have them here? I do not have them here. They're submitted with the. Customer service, these are older, this is an older violation we used to have, we've been in the past. So he has submitted vehicle, I think he submitted those to the customer service. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, this is,
The church.
yeah, well, okay, that's fine.
So,
And so I'm
I
trying
mean, well, what I would,
to have parking, obviously parking in a setback at this point. I don't see any
Yeah.
violation.
well, no, that's what, as of today, there's, from our documentation, there's no
Why
violation.
don't we just continue this to make sure,
That's I just wanna make sure that it's put out that we are looking at it, that we're gonna take. Maybe we'll take just one more month to next month. We'll come by a couple of times just to make sure everything is good.
The question is, I never blocked any parking for nobody.
Yeah.
Not using the driveway for nobody. Everything's in front of my property.
So the allegation from the complainant is that you're not just working on the cars for your own personal hobby use, but that you're doing it as a commercial enterprise. In
No.
other words, that's the allegation, so that's
Well, what?
why you're here, part of the reason you're here.
Yeah.
And so if it's your position that you're saying, I'm only working on the cars that I personally own, and
I wash it, I clean it, I do everything on my cars, but
okay,
everyone is on my name, my license, and my insurance,
you've.
not in her, not on my daughter. Everyone is on my name.
So basically, what we're looking for is, we're gonna just say, look, there's, as of today. You know, I will agree, there's no violation as of right now, but we're
Yeah,
gonna, we're gonna check just to make sure. And then, if we don't see anything, you're going.
The only thing is, I want to know, I spoke with my attorney about it.
Okay.
Because this is not just now, this is,
Oh, yeah, we have plenty back here, we have
Hey,
22,
hey, no.
2021,
you know,
2020, yeah.
yeah. It is that lady, when we move it in there, I don't know what happened with us, but everything is complaint. For
Yeah,
everything.
hold on.
So I'm gonna talk to my attorney about it because I don't want it, I'm not afraid to lose time like that. I had 2 hours over here with my kids. Look at my daughter is sleeping in the car.
That's,
And I pay all my taxes. Every year I pay more than $4,000 in cars. If I love it, if I have how I pay, I don't see the complaint. I have 4 properties in this country. Everything is on time. I not owe money to nobody, so I don't understand what is the problem.
but,
I don't understand it either, but we'll take a look, make sure.
yeah, so basically,
Seems like you're doing what you're supposed to do.
right,
So, but if
When do we
something happen
continue?
again, I'm gonna talk to my attorney. against with a lady because I'm tired with this.
And I said, we'll give you a copy of this, because this is what initiated everything, you get a
please.
copy of that. And I said, we'll be back,
When am I coming back?
we'll do simple 1 month, we'll do August.
So August what?
It is the 23rd.
So August 23rd.
And I may offer, if there's no violation, we may not come back.
It's fine, if you're satisfied,
Yeah.
obviously. All right.
Just
so-
I leave one car over there.
Mhm.
On the cover is my classic car too.
Yep.
But I read, you can have only one in there, so I leave one
can
in
have
there
one,
and that's it.
That's
So,
fine.
but I
Yeah.
understand,
So what we'll
it's
do,
my property and nobody pay my taxes.
it's okay.
So that understands.
Relax.
Yeah.
So, well, we're
It's
just, so
Thank you.
just so you understand what we're doing, between now and the 23rd, we're gonna come out maybe like a few times, a couple of times, to just make sure that there is nothing going on that could validate that.
Okay.
That's the key thing, is that when we have a complaint, it's gotta be validated, and even if there's just a little bit, that could validate it. So that's why we're gonna check to make sure that's not, if there's nothing, if we don't find anything by the 23rd, you don't have to come on back.
Yeah.
Perfect, and I have your contact information, I'll shoot you a little email and to let you know that you're all good.
Okay, here's.
There's that.
thing, and
Yep.
this is holding this out separate for you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it separate, I'm gonna, get. You know, let me, when you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, don't mind, thank you,
Is it
thank you, two-sided, yeah. And so Tammy's gonna get you a copy of that, so
Yeah,
you can
please.
have that for your attorney,
My attorney needed that.
absolutely, and then, like I said, we'll just be out, we're not gonna be back every day, we're not even be there every week.
I don't-
We're just gonna,
I don't
we're
mind.
just gonna drive by.
He's not worried, he's not doing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not,
no, I
nothing to
don't
worry
care
about,
about, nope,
but it's whisper time, look.
oh yeah,
So I'm gonna, I don't,
she's the
no matter
best
how
person we've
much,
had here all day.
no matter how much I'm gonna pay my attorney, but I'm gonna do something with that. Because I'm tired with this.
No,
This is
absolutely,
not only 1 year,
oh yeah,
23, start for 20, 21, when I buy the house.
yeah, I got it right, I'm right here, yep. But that's why I wanted to bring them here, is to get this done once and for all.
Thank you very much.
That's my. I don't care if they hear that, that's fine, that's what I want. Oh. We had somebody popped in there. Let me just make sure, oh, decision's already made on this one, so
This is what?
decision's already made, on somebody else popped in. Cause I looked up,
Nobody's here for this.
I don't think
We
so,
don't know.
we don't know, hang on. Let's see here. MB, you're back. Are you there? Okay. Still muted, so,
MB, if you wish to speak, you can use the raise your hand feature for this matter.
oh, I keep forgetting that. 1, 2, oh, Jillian's there, well, I know we'll get Jillian in here, hang on. Oh, hi Jillian, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I think I
Can
know
you
which one you're here for.
Can you see me?
No,
Ah, I want you to see me.
oh,
It's a-
we got
All
your
right.
camera on.
It's okay. And MB is my husband, who
Oh, okay.
I asked to attend this meeting if
Fair
I
enough.
couldn't be here, but I'm here and he clearly
Yeah.
is doing something else.
Well, are you, I just wanna make sure before we move on, I'm pretty sure you're here for 8 Winthrop, right?
I am. Is that on the, is that next?
That's next, we just wanted to make
Great.
sure nobody was here for 29 Priscilla.
Great.
Alright, so if you wanna hang on for a second, we'll be.
Yep,
we'll
sure
be
thing.
Doing that in about 2 minutes.
Sure thing.
You guys are all set?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Thank you.
perfect, thank you,
Thank
thank you,
Sorry about this.
and thank you. And thank you.
You guys take every week we're here.
Oh, yeah, it's the nicest thing we got going on in here.
Thank you.
So she loved it in here, look at that, she liked it. She loved it in here. Bye. She loved it in here, look at that. This one's been on for a while and I just had, I personally had it, I don't care, I don't care. Hmm. I know, I don't know. Here.
I don't know.
Oh, no, you're all right. You're all right. I'm still trying to get myself together here. Don't worry. I have that here? Yes. That's good. And so seeing as we're here for 8 Winthrop, let's do that. There we go. And here's the last one. There's a few that didn't get saved. Oh, here's the last one. So here's the last time we were here.
I'm here last time.
They were, yes. And they got oral notes.
Right. So where are they?
Well, here you go. I have a email from the property owner of 8 Winthrop at from Monday, July 24th. And I'll read it into the record, might as well. Says, hello, John. My supervisor has granted vacation to 2 of my coworkers this week. He didn't ask me as he is not required to. This Wednesday presents a problem to me as no one will be present in my department to handle our clients. Is this possible to move to next week's hearing time slot? I don't know where you got that. Fine. And his statement to the violation is I have another person coming today, that was Monday, to look at the boat. So far, either no shows or low ballers is all I'm attracting. This boat was purchased as a project, so it needs lots of improvement, and finding the right person is tough. The fact that my budget for this was crushed by a medical debt that I am paying on a monthly, and now I am looking to take another monetary hit in the sale of the boat. This is very concerning to me. And that is it. If you want to read my choppiness didn't get through.
Okay, and these people,
These are the neighbors. We do have a memo for this one because this was here last time. Not much, but we have something. Because it's a pretty straightforward one.
ask them if they have a camera.
Julian, do you have a camera there you want to pop in on? Because we just can't see it.
I would love to see you guys.
That's the first time anybody's ever said that.
I
But
would
yeah,
love-
it's gotta be your camera. I hate to be that guy, but I think it's your cameras. Ours is working here, because you can see us, so.
Yeah, I can try, let me try just a different device. Hold
Okay.
on.
Sure.
Where's settings? All right, bummer. I'm sorry. I can't get it to work.
That's okay. That's all right. We'll do our presentation here real quick. So you got about another minute to try and see if you can make something work there.
All right, I'm sorry. You know what?
Good.
If there's a next time, I'll be there in person, maybe.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. All right, so basically, the complaint in violation is for a boat that's improperly stored on the property. It's within the front setback and not properly screened from the street or adjacent neighbors. And I got some photos from today, from this morning.
She can't see us.
She could see us, yes.
Okay.
So, it shows the boat in the driveway. It's too close to the street, and obviously you can see it from the street.
Okay, no objection, there are full exhibit.
Yep, and just so. That's one. And reverse, but you get the idea. There's a boat. So, Yeah, so we're looking at, look, it's, the owner is claiming that he may be attempting to, remedy this by offloading the boat, off the property. Other than his word, I don't have confirmation of that, but, the boat is still there. The, initial, complaint came all the way back in, 2022. So there's been, and we sent the notice of violation on, let me just get that out there. The notice of violation was sent on 4/20, April 20th. So, I mean, it's been out there for a little while, but I do also have some understanding that boats can be a bit of a pain in the butt. But also it's still a violation, so.
Anyone want to say anything?
Yeah, Julie, do you want to add anything?
No, I just wanted to see at this point what you think about the boat in the driveway. Is that still also a violation?
That is, in this particular zone, first of all, in any zone for that matter, you have to put any recreational vehicle, a boat or anything like that. It has to meet the front setback, which in this case, it's 30 feet from basically 30 feet from the street. Is clearly not.
Mhm.
And then in addition to that, even if it could meet the front setback, somehow, some way, it would have to be screened from everybody's view. We do allow a little exception for a gate or a little opening to get the boat in and out, but it has to be primarily screened from everybody's view. So even if this somehow, like I said, met the setback, it's not screened. So to me, there's two strikes here. It's not in the front setback and it's not screened, even if it is in the driveway.
Okay, so can we move forward with a fine?
Now, that is totally up to the hearing officer.
Anything else you need to say?
Joey, you there?
I'm here. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
I don't think there really is any more to say. He is in violation of a rule or a code of our city, and I just want to move forward. I think there are other more pressing issues that the city of Norwalk has on their plate. And I feel like this could be easily solved with a little bit more pressure on the owner.
When do you want to continue this to?
Well, just by looking at the, what's possible, I mean, if we were to, let's put it this way, if we were to do the full fine today, which is a hefty one,
No, I'm not doing
as I say, we could send it up to the law department
that.
immediately. But if we want to give this a little more time, if you do place a fine, we can do some math to see when it would reach the appropriate number to be sent to the law department.
Well, if we did.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
Where's the maximum? Yeah, it's. Do 2,500, and in September we could do 5, and then October would be up to 10.
We could, or we could maybe, because this is, as much as I know that the neighbors are needing this gone, I was gonna suggest let's maybe put a contingent fine. The law department will take a matter at $7,500. So I'd say we can put the $2,000 fine there plus a contingent fine to September for an additional $5,500.
No, I'm not doing a fine at this time because he really didn't have his chance to speak. I got the contingent fine of 2,500. Continue this to what, August?
Well, even if we continue it 1 month, that's an additional $4,800.
Right.
So that should get close to that 7,500 threshold.
We could easily get to that next
Right.
month.
So if you want to continue it to next month, and then if it's not there, whatever fines would have to be assessed, and then we
Right,
get into the law department for a lien.
okay,
So that should hopefully scare them into
right, August,
hopefully.
what's the date? August
23rd.
2023, okay. Go continue. I just said for progress, the only progress is
It's gotta be removed, yeah, you can't physically put it anywhere else on the property.
okay, so If he doesn't, the intent is if he doesn't do something, we can just make it 7,500 and turn it to close the foot.
Right. So Joey, I just want to make sure, oh, God, you good?
Yeah, if he does something, if he gets it out.
Great. So Joey, just so you understand
If
what
it
that,
comes in with a bill of sale and a date that's gonna be.
okay, yeah, that works.
That would be
Yep.
progress,
Yep.
whatever. Let's see what happens.
So basically what this is, we're continuing this to next month. Right now, the level of the contingent fine sits at $2,000, $2,500. So by next month, we can legally add up enough to get it to $7,500. $7,500.
Get it to 10,000.
We could get it to 10,000 at that point, we could. But at least $7,500, because at that point, our law department, our attorneys will take that amount and submit it to the Stanford Superior Court to get a lien placed on the property. That's just their magic number. They told us that they want us to do. That I don't know, I couldn't tell you why it's 7,500.
Okay, well, that sounds good. I appreciate that. And hopefully by August 23rd, it will be gone. I really do want to see it gone for both myself and for the owner.
Right. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's the idea. Hopefully we're putting the math here on the decision form that he gets in the mail. And hopefully he'll see that and get him to jump a little bit, because technically at the moment, he doesn't owe anything, but it will get to the point of him owing something if nothing's done by the 23rd.
Great. I appreciate that, John. Thank you.
No problem. And then F3, okay, we're good. All right, we're all set.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This here. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
I got that form over there. Thank you. All right. Well, hopefully not, it's always the same. It's also a little quicker that I don't have presentations. Because, I'm not long-winded or anything with these things. Let's see. Okay.
We got pictures.
Oh, yeah, no, they're for two, we got a few more.
Oh, okay.
We do, no, they're there. Let's see, so let's see, what's the next one there? We did. So I kept myself caught up here. 8 Winthrop, that is to 23, 25. 100 contingent. Okay, Priscilla. That's also 823. Yeah, 823 is gonna fill up already. Okay. So which one do I have? I still have one more that I actually do have a presentation for that didn't get lost. That is 32 Kasuth, so we might as well do that one. This is that one. One of the things I have that there. There we go. And the last time we were here.
Okay, we needed notice. We got notice here.
Looks like, yep, we have, yeah. Like we have a notice for today's hearing from Constable Bondi, which I can actually put on the screen. I mean, look at this, let's get it. The last time we were here was in June, continued to today. $5,000 contingent fine remains for progress, needs zoning application by today, 7/26. I got Constable Bondi's service for the notice. And it was actually left in hand, which is good. And we have a zoning application. This was received a little under the wire, but it's under the wire nonetheless. That is, it was submitted on the 24th, which is Monday. It's an acceptable application as it gets what we need. I need to get that to the building department, however, because I do not believe the plans would be adequate for what they need. It's just my belief, it may be, but I don't want them I'll be completely honest, they'll probably be upset with me here. They're a little bit of an older couple that, yeah, I just don't want them to come back and forth to City Hall 18 times. If I can just get them back here once or twice, that's fine. But I just don't think that those plans would meet, building the park standards. It meets our standards because it shows the apartment being removed. It shows the layout of each level with measurements and labels. So it does meet our standards.
Okay, is there anybody complaining?
No, this is one, it's from the fire marshal and health department, and yes, I'll put it on record, it is actually a rather. It's not a nice violation, the legal apartment was not a great situation, so then the sooner we can get that removed with proper permits and
Anybody
things.
living in it?
They said, no, they are not anymore, there was for quite some time, even after this was
There's
sent.
no real danger.
No, but we wanna make, again, I'll throw it out there. The property did state that he has started to do work to remove things, but he doesn't have a permit yet to do so, so I'm trying to get this through so the building department
I
can
have
get.
a
Okay.
$5,000 contingent fine, I've got progress.
Yes,
So let's just give them more time and keep the fine in place.
we can do that. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. I just wanted to at least get an application and so I can look at something. Have it.
Yeah, okay. Continues. Hey. Or zoning approval.
In-house, if you will.
Right,
From
okay.
fire and health, yes.
So we'll continue. When do you want to continue it to?
Yeah, just because August is getting a little full, let's do another September, because we only have one, two, we have two on there right now from today, so.
November 20th.
Yep.
2023. Need those. Okay, good.
And is the 5,000 fine still on there?
Yeah,
The contingent fine.
okay. $5,000 contingent fine remains. Okay.
Alrighty.
It's later.
Thank you. Like that. Cool. I'll take that. That's, yeah. And hold on the application because that is. I need to go over that. I keep that separate from all this. Okay. We're gonna move a little faster now, like I said. Sorry, I'm that boring. It happens. The ones that come here early and they're the ones that are the feisty ones. They're the exciting ones. The ones that are here that don't come by or anything, or just have minor problems are not that interesting. All right, let's see. So we'll do. Let's move on to 7 Peaceful Lane. This one here, I do not have, there's a good reason why I don't have a presentation for this one. Very good reason. Just going very good, okay. Here's the previous decision form. June. Actually, it's first page, so I don't know why I folded it for you. It's forced to have it. All right, so just for a matter of record, again, didn't do a presentation here because I think we got some good news. But so this was one that's a quick refresher. This was a boat in the front yard. They were here last time. And this was the one where he stated he got the boat for his father who'd be retiring later this year and wanted to keep it at the property to hold there until his dad was retired. Wasn't the greatest excuse in the world. And so we placed a contingent fine on there and continued it to today. So on Monday of this week, the neighbor who I've been working with to keep tabs on this sent an email saying that the boat was removed, but the trailer was not. Now, the problem here is the problem is I wasn't in on Monday, so I wasn't able to respond to that email. Saying, he asked some questions as to whether the trailer's allowed, yada, yada, yada. So I wasn't able to respond. Come Tuesday morning, when I was back in the office, I get another email saying the trailer's been removed. So,
Page 2.
oh, there's like 19 pages of that email. That was the original email chain from all this. What I wanted to do to present something, I just wanted to,
Okay.
I just pulled the first page to say paper. That's all. Now, the rest of that, the two previous emails were asking how the hearing officer operates.
Oh, okay.
Try to make it look as good as possible. Try to make it look like a reasonable hard ass. How's that?
Yeah.
But I was also under the grand assumption that he wasn't gonna remove the boat.
Right.
So I was gonna have a much different approach to this if he didn't remove the boat.
All right,
It'd
so
be
it's-
much worse.
Well, fine, okay.
And I took pictures just to make sure. I mean, even though I know the neighbor when he wants to, he's the most vested interest. So,
Yeah, he'll call you if something happens.
right, exactly.
We'll get rid of the boat.
Yep, so the boat is gone, it is closed. So I'm looking, no fines unless the hearing officer wants us to recoup some losses.
No, it just said, here's what I said. No fine at this time, contingent. Fine of $2 continued for a cure, okay, so you cured it, so
That's fair with me.
that's all I can do.
All right.
I gotta start remembering to warn people like this. Minimum $500.
I mean, sometimes it's,
I don't know what you do.
I think the idea was, this is just personally my recollection. Believe the idea is that the reason we don't do those low numbers, and that's why I gotta keep track of these ones we did today.
Right, and you don't get the money in.
Well, we don't get the money anyway, but I don't know how we track down the people we can send them a nasty letter, but I don't think the law department's gonna take them to court over $200.
Right.
That's the problem. That's another rub that we have to. But I think the two that we find today, they'll be in. We can.
Seemed like it. They were very happy.
Yeah, they'll be in.
It's dismissed.
And so no fine assessed. That's what I mean.
Good.
Very good. Now, if you like that one, you're gonna really like the next one I'm gonna throw out here. And we'll jump a little bit, just a little bit, to 27 and 29 Wall Street.
Mhm.
One, very similar circumstances. Previous hearing was on March 15th. Oh. Copier didn't staple those. Okay.
Continued to May 17th.
And I have very good reason as to why we didn't come here on the 17th.
We got live on 10.
That was the violation, that they didn't have any approval for that.
We got approval.
Right, well, I will submit again, here we go, this is the document available at City Hall. Two things on the document, one present to the hearing officer as a matter of housekeeping. So that is the approval from the zoning commission that was attained in July. The reason why we didn't come back in May, they gave me a heads up. They were taking their readings for this, where the red star is there, on the same day.
Okay,
So I said they wouldn't have had that approval
okay.
regardless. I said, okay, we'll kick it to
Alright, you're
June.
Right, very good.
So-
Okay. And if
So-
I kick this July or whatever.
Well, I think it was June was a madhouse and
Oh, great, so this one's all set too.
that one is all set. There we go.
Violation assured manner dismissed, no fine.
Yeah, very good. And. Very good, thank you. That's these. I'll take that there. That's the old one. What? They blazing a trail here. Okay. Yeah, so there's actually, there's three that are postponed. I misspoke earlier in the, there are three. Number is, 7 Norvell, that's number, 12.
Mhm.
18 Gray Hollow, that is 14, and 1582 Rowayton is also postponed.
82 we're waiting, is what you said?
Yep.
That's postponed.
That's postponed.
Postponed. But the only one left is,
80 Broad Street, and that one, I'm gonna start my presentation, then it's gonna be up to the hearing officer if he wants me to continue. Kind of a unique circumstance here.
okay, that's always fun.
No, it is something different. It's something I will truly believe we have not come across. So it's a brand new one. You haven't seen this one yet. This one does have a memo because that was the last one I was able to make before things hit the fan. Things hit the fan, so.
Federal matter. Broad Street, originally Broad.
Let's see, well, it's not 5:30 yet. I can pull this up really quick. Let me do a quick, Google. Make sure where that is. Let's see here. And. So this is Silver Mine. There's Broad Street. This is Route 7. And Main Street's right here, Main Ave.
Okay,
Here, and this is actually one of the last houses before you hit Silver Mine.
oh, okay.
And just as a reference, I'll put the layers on here, put the aerial photo. Oh, look at that. That actually was helpful. I could just print this out. Anyway, so we gotta. The only thing, there's three things I'll present. One, the initial complaint while we're here. And then now it's gonna come down to that pesky word notice.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be a determination whether the hearing officer deems that what I'm doing is appropriate or grossly inappropriate, and the attorney would love to appeal me. So the owner of record is Federal National Mortgage Association. That is on the tax card.
Mhm.
That is where I sent notice to.
Mhm.
And shockingly, all the way out in Dallas, Texas, I got some sad intern to sign the green card. But I don't have any reference. I have nobody, I have no contact. At this moment, I had no contact for the mortgage. That's the best I could do.
And where did you send it to?
The,
Post
Right there.
office, but you can't send the post office.
well, I got it. I mean, somebody got it and signed it down there on the 7th. They received it they actually received it on the 7th.
Hmm.
I've never seen, this is why I brought it, because I've never seen a receive stamp.
Right, we never received it. Huh.
Yeah,
Who's Alan Christopher?
well, that's why I highlighted that. The reason why I did that. So you see the little addition right here, this little, the garage here, the little garage addition. It was originally a one-car garage. He renovated a few years back. And you're looking at the zoning officer who gave him the permit.
Okay,
So I knew who it was. I know who the owner, well, was. And so what I did was, all right, I got that. Went by again, saw there were still issues. So I said, okay, well, let me send a citation. But I did not, first of all, I'm not gonna pay Constable Bondi to go to Texas, as much as I like him, I'm not paying him for a
well, you can
vacation.
get constable.
Down there, right, I know, I could do that, and I figured, you know, let's see what we have here, so.
Okay.
Peter did me a solid and went to the abode. And he left a notation there. And then. So what I do have now here is. That Constable Bondi did find for me, which is fantastic of him. The notice for on the mortgage that basically that's becoming bank owned.
Right.
And I have here it's a judgment of foreclosure. And it does show the address of Alan Christopher at 80 Broad Street. And it also gives me now, which I didn't have before, a contact, maybe, I don't know, I maybe a contact at the mortgage company. Constable Bond is good, tell you what.
Okay, so this is their. They're just foreclosing on the mortgage.
Right.
Okay, we had something like this once, didn't we have a out-of-state owner, a bank that owned some property, kept raising the fine, and they never came back, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, they never, because what we ended up, we did have that once. And the reason we didn't do is the law department basically said that because the bank never did it, the bank never did anything. We ran with the state statute.
Right.
We sent it
Oh.
certified. Let's just see what happened. And they do have it upstairs. Matt has it upstairs. I forgot the address was, that's gonna bother me. But he has it and he's gonna present that. That's what he's gonna present, because technically it is, we did what we were supposed to do. The bare minimum.
Well, that's up to their lawyer.
That's exactly that. And that, I think that may have been, now that you are mentioning that is something we did bring up in that, if they want to appeal it, a mortgage company has some pretty high-end lawyers. So they'll appeal. So what I'm presenting here before I show any of my case is that we did notice,
I got a signed card.
well, I'm going, and this is probably gonna bury me a little bit, but this is for the notice, not for the citation.
Oh.
So for the hearing today,
Yes.
that is, so I would say, yes, they know there's a violation. I would say, yes, they know there's a problem, they have a problem.
Okay.
So I think to say that if they ever come and say, we didn't know, no, you know you have a problem, but it's how do we go if, because they have not returned the green card, I've got nothing, I've got no letters returned to me whatsoever.
But you gotta put it the usual place of abode. It's not the usual place of abode. No longer resides in the house.
And where he is, that's next, literally the owner prior to the bank is, or the bank taking it. That's where he is, I don't know, the city only has him at 80 Broad Street,
So we don't know.
which is where they got that probably, the mortgage company, to be honest with you.
Right, so we can't. And he's the owner right now.
Cause I don't know, when, I did not look, when is that, was this,
Oh, wait a minute, the mortgage company.
that was only July 6th they submitted this.
Okay, so who actually owns it at this point? Still Mr. Allen.
I would think that it is, but I don't know what the dates on it, actually be full honesty, I didn't read any of the dates on there.
This is to the Mortgage association.
because that's what the city has as the owner.
Ah, so as far as we know, the city's the owner.
Well, not the city, no, the mortgage,
The mortgage company's the owner.
right,
Oh, here it goes. That's the chain. All
right.
All right, so we gotta do the same thing to get them here.
So we gotta get
One of these green cards.
see whenever that may come in, if ever. I guess. If it doesn't. I gotta figure out based on what Peter gave me. Who am I serving down there? If we do wanna call, because this is a complaint from the outside, so they will, in all likelihood, follow up on that.
Okay. Well,
And
let's-
I did, this as a, I'll put it on the record, I did send, via. Certified and regular as well, I just have not heard anything
All right, well,
at all.
since this worked.
Yep.
Let's try it again. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Maybe we'll see, maybe it'll work again, maybe, I don't know, maybe the mail is just slower now, I don't know, it was quick then, maybe it was slow now, I don't know.
But you sent this
Yep, certified to,
for today's hearing.
yes, it's the same thing for today's hearing, this, like I said, this is just the notice of violation, NOV, that's all.
Right, so.
So they know, at this point, there's somebody in that building in Texas is aware that there's a problem at 80 Broad Street in Norwalk.
Right. All right, well, let's continue it to the next hearing.
All right.
We'll do this for a few hearings, see what we can figure out.
Yeah, I did not. Like I said, I just. The only reason we don't. I don't wanna say don't, unless we absolutely have to, like, we're really pressured. To get the constables and or sheriffs in other jurisdictions. They're gonna be about 8 times as much as. As Peter is, if we did that every time, it would drain our budget.
Right, and actually, this is going to get cured when the
Bank takes it,
bank takes it.
or the bank might not, even if they take it, that's a problem.
Right, it's gonna stand there for a while.
And that's a problem that Steve has in the blight office, that banks take it. And they just don't do it, they sit on it for 8 to 14 months, they don't do anything, and it just gets worse.
It can be getting a big fine.
Oh, yeah, oh, and he does, they levy it, and, but again, they just go into the sale. You know, if the property like not, you know, like, the property's not that great, it's not gonna,
Well, he's got 300 grand roughly in it.
yeah, that's what I said, right?
Yeah, the three accounts. Oh, he's got a debt of over 400. Fair market price is 290.
Ooh, that's swimming, yeah. And that's the thing, so if somebody does buy it and there is a lien on there of a high number from us or anybody else. You know, that's gonna make it even more difficult to sell.
What they said for August 23rd,
When is the court date?
August 23rd, the law, oh, that was 2022.
Yeah, that's when it's all started.
Oh, jeez.
That's why the tax form says what it says.
Let's do this because if we continue in a month, try again,
Yeah,
tell the owner we're working on it, there's nothing else we can do.
I had the complainant.
I mean, a complaint.
Oh, no, yeah, they haven't followed up yet, but I'm just assuming they will. And that's what I said, look, we're working on getting proper contact with the owner, with a, proper contact with the owner.
Hold on a second.
Sure,
Let's go back and think this through a little more.
I am all about thinking.
They had. They had to have a lawyer.
To do that, I would think, and I think it's these guys up here
So why don't we notify them?
would do that. They're the ones that brought it to the court, could be.
Scott, Kevin Sandberg, let's write to Kevin Sandberg.
Give him something on letterhead and mail it to his firm.
Right, and send certified.
Cause that would be a more trusted signature than anything in a mortgage company.
Yeah, that would make an actual notice, and he'll call his client and say, hey, what's going on? And, I don't know if we get priority over the mortgage or not, I don't think we do.
No, we don't, we're not super lean.
Only the taxing lawyers do,
Right.
so he'll get paid.
Oh, he'll get paid regardless. He doesn't care. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's not gonna get a damn.
But that's the best, I think that's a good approach, let's go
We'll send it to him.
Send it to him.
Fair enough. And- Or what I could also, this is just, I'm just spitballing here. I can get that green card back for Friday. From the mortgage company in Texas. Because the mail could just be slow.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact. I can look this up right now. USPS tracking. Where's the citation? Yeah. Down here, then. So I have to do this, but that's fine. 7021.
I'm gonna,
The same thing I did.
we off the record so I can say.
Oh, yeah, let me get off of that. Hang on. Let me get off of that. Get over here. So what I did find is the tracking number here.
Mhm.
So it was delivered to that PO box just yesterday at 5 a.m. In Dallas. So I could give it a day or two and just see if I get a green card back.
Okay,
If I get a green, and then do a cutoff. If I don't get it by Friday, then on Monday, I'll write a letter to the attorney here. But then again, if I do get the green card, I'll put them right back on for August, because
right,
now we have proper notice and we'll take it from there.
okay,
Alrighty, I like that
all
idea.
right, we got a plan.
You got a plan, so for finality on that one,
Do I have to
For-
write something?
no, because we didn't look at the evidence to see whether it's a violation or not.
Okay,
This is just for notice, so, I guess, wow, a record. I think 4 items postponed till August, so, and 80 Broad Street postponed to August 23rd. And that is the next time we will all see each other, friends. So, until then, have a good evening and good night.